It's the Dad's Report, channel 108. The only channel you need to watch, the only channel you see, except the channels you watch, the channels I see. Not here to impress, only here to express. Today is June the 1st, 2026. It'll soon be Easter. It'll soon be Christmas 2033, soon be Easter 2033. It'll soon be Easter. Right, I'm going to start again. Cut. Take two. It'll soon be Christmas 2033. It'll soon be Easter 2040. And it'll soon be Halloween 2046, when all hell break loose. Okay, got the introduction out of the way. It's beautiful. It is a beautiful sunny morning, but look at the sky. They're doing the rounds again in the sky, the usual chemtrail stuff. I'm not going to get into all that now. But I was pondering earlier on, what psyop are they going to pull on us? I mean, they're doing the Iran thing, aren't they? Oil shortages and all that kind of stuff, but it hasn't really kicked in yet. And is it going to kick in even? You were saying that within 3 months there'll be no oil left in the UK or wherever, certain countries, especially Australia. And yes, I know oil prices have been skyrocketing, but it's just this. It's kind of turned into a big nothing burger, hasn't it? Hasn't gone Mad Max just yet. And I'm thinking now. I'm just thinking it's another psyop, just to put you into a lower state of vibration, lower state of vibration, putting you into a state of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Fudding. They want everyone to FUD, isn't it? They just want everyone to FUD. Everyone to be in a state of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Everything they do. Even the chemtrails. You look at the chemtrails. Oh, the nanoparticles, the nanodust, the aluminium, the barium, the strontium, all this toxic shit. You know what they're doing next. You know, all these conspiracy theorists just pumping out black pill fear porn. I mean, the fear porn is all over. The mainstream pumping the fear porn. The hantavirus. You got the hantavirus. Oh, it's the Ebola. Oh, it's the ticks. There's a whole bunch of stuff, isn't there? And the Russians are going to invade, and all that kind of stuff. And then you got the right wing lot, the Tommy Tardle. Oh, the Muslims are going to take over the country. Mohammed is a paedophile. You know, blah blah blah. They're all the rape gangs. Blah blah blah. There's that aspect of fear porn. Then you got the lefties, you transphobes, you homophobes. You know, you're all racists. So many racists. They're all racists. This country's doomed because of all the racists, you know, far right extremists. And then you got the conspiracy theorists, fear porn. Oh, the nanoparticles in the chemtrails, the blah blah. You know I'm going with this. Spiked protein being shed from the jab tards, you know, from the people who've been jabbed, the jibby jabolas. You know, all that kind of stuff. The fear porn is coming from so many different areas, so many different types of people, different angles, left wing, right wing, whatever wing, you know. And it's never ending, is it? And we don't know what's the next psyop going to be. You know, is it going to be another scamdemic? Is it going to be a fuel shortage like Mad Max situation? Is it going to be what's it going to be? You know, is it going to be the fake alien invasion? Is it going to Russians going to do a false flag and blame it on Russia and all this kind of, you know, all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm getting at. But life goes on. You get up in the morning, the sun's rising. If there's not too many chemtrails, life goes on, doesn't it? You get up. You just be grateful for another day. You're alive, you know. You might just die in your sleep. We're all going to die one day. That is the fact. That is the only certainty we've got. Who's going to die one day? It could be today. It could be the next 5 minutes. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. It could be next month. It could be next year. It could be 10 years. It could be another 30 years. Could live till past our 100th birthday. We just don't know, do we? The hourglass, or should say the egg timer, the hourglass, or whatever you call it. The sand timer. It's pouring, isn't it? There's so much sand underneath. We know that. We know how much sand is underneath because that's gone. But how much sand is there above us? And the little bit in the middle, it's just continuously pouring through. We don't know how much above us, you know. We haven't got a clue. All we know is that sand above in the upper portion of the timer is going to run out one day. That's all we know. How it's going to do, how it's going to run out, when it's going to run out, what's going to, yeah. We don't know. But we know it's going to run out. Everything else is up for debate, isn't it? Everything else up for debate. So there's no point in fudding about anything, really. There is no point of fear, uncertainty and doubt. And whatever fucking psyop they're going to throw on us next time round, a big psyop like the scamdemic, I would say this big psyop they're going to throw on us will be just as surprising as a scamdemic was. The COVID scamdemic, every conspiracy theorist didn't see it coming. Nobody saw it coming. It was genius how they did that. A few people obviously knew about it, the people who were in on it. The powers that should not be in on it. How they kept the cards so close to the chest with that one is anyone's guess, you know. It was very cleverly and meticulously planned. They've been planning it for fucking years, you know. But no one saw that coming. I mean, when it kicked off, I actually did a bet with my son. Shook hands with him. It kept going about the coronavirus. It was all happening in China, you know, Wuhan, China. All the bodies dropping dead, and guys walking around with hazmat suits on, people dropping dead and going to convulsions on the street. They're going around spraying all the streets with disinfectant, spraying people with disinfectant. And when I'm watching that footage, I'm thinking, Jesus, that disinfectant's going to be the stuff that's killing people, not the virus. And then I just thought, it's going to be another nothing burger. Like, we've had so many pandemics in the Southeast Asia, China, I think it was Thailand. No, I think it was always in China, wasn't it? They had SARS, the SARS virus, didn't they, back in 2003. That was like a thing. And then the bubonic plague scare in 1994. Or not, yeah, was it 94? Bubonic plague in India. 53 people died of bubonic plague. And it was big news. I was going to India that time. My mum and dad were shit. My mum and dad were really worried about us going to India because there's a bubonic plague outbreak. I says, I'm nowhere near the area where the bubonic plague outbreak is. There's nearly 1 billion people in India, and only 53 people have died. And where I'm going is like 3,000 or 4,000 miles away from where the outbreak was, so don't worry about it. Bubonic plague. That was a big nothing burger. So all these little outbreaks, these little pandemics that kicked off here and there and everywhere, they never really came to anything. So back in 2020, in January 2020, when they started banging on about this coronavirus, you know, crown virus, I made a bet with him. So I shook hands with him and said, it's good. By April, I bet you 100 quid that there's nothing's going to become of this. By April, everyone said, COVID virus, what's that? Coronavirus, what's that? It's going to become big fat nothing burger. And I thought that, like all the other pandemics that occurred before, swine flu, that was in 2010, I think it was. There was the swine flu. There was, there was a whole bunch of them, wasn't there? There was that, what was that virus where children were born with little heads, allegedly caused by a mosquito bite? But apparently it turns out that was some pharmaceutical or some pesticide thing that occurred that causes children to be born with little heads, you know. Somewhere in South America, I think it was, or in Africa. I think it was South America. All these pandemics that occurred in different parts of the world, big headlines, fear porn, fear, uncertainty, doubt, fudding everyone out. Come 2020, it's the same fucking story. They'll go on about it for a couple of weeks, a couple of months at the most, and then you'll forget about it. Come April 2020, everyone will have forgotten about it, you know. So shook hands, did 100 quid bet, and imagine my surprise when it became a big thing. The apocalypse kicked off. Although I didn't believe the virus was real, but the effects of the fear, uncertainty, doubt caused by the psyop that made people, oh yeah, the sun's so good now. Chemtrails moved out of the way. There's a big chemtrail blocking the sun a minute ago. It was dim, but it's good now. Enjoy it while you can. They're really going for it again. So very grateful for the sunshine this morning. Yeah, so that I lost that a bit. Needless to say. And we had to endure 2 years of complete lunacy. So that was out of the blue. That was like I say, it was a very clever psyop, a massive worldwide psyop, affected billions of people. And here we are, 6 years later, still recovering from it. And the next psyop they're going to pull on us will probably just as surprising as that psyop. The question is when they're going to pull it. It's not a question of if they're going to pull it, it's when they're going to be. Just like it's a question of, it's not if we're going to die, it's when we're going to die. So the next psyop is as certain as the fact that we're going to die. But what the psyop's going to be, we haven't got a Scooby-Doo. And you know what? Let's roll with it, eh? Let's roll with it. Don't fear it. Don't worry about it. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. It's fine, you know. Just roll with it. Every day you wake up, you take a breath, you be thankful that you're alive. Another day, another opportunity to become a better person than you were yesterday. You know. Feel the air feel the wind in your face, feel the sun shining on your face and the wind blowing through your hair, or you know, just feel alive, you know. Feel alive, be grateful to be alive, because we don't know how long we got left. We don't know how long we got left, so be grateful for every day we get to be alive. Just live in gratitude, because gratitude is the attitude. And by being grateful, good things come into your life, you know. You attract good stuff. If you're living in fear, uncertainty and doubt, you'll attract negative shit in your life, you know. Placebo. I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday on the phone. We were talking about this, placebo and nocebo. If you're thinking about something or feeling something, like we're talking about some guy that there was the placebo was fucking amazing. Yeah, there was a guy. There was a trial, a drug trial, antidepressants. You know, they're trying these antidepressants out. They were doing a trial. Some of them were dud, some of them were placebos, some of them were real, and they were doing this medical trial. And this guy was actually depressed. I think he was actually feeling suicidal, so he decided to take an overdose of these antidepressants that he was being trialed with. And he got really sick, you know, and he was feeling really, and I think the doctor came to examine him because he'd OD'd on these antidepressants, and they checked his blood and everything. So there's nothing wrong. He were on the placebos. I don't know what form the trial was taking, but he was obviously staying at home that time. But he genuinely thought he was taking antidepressants, and he really believed he was taking antidepressants. And when he took the overdose, and in an attempt to top himself, because he was depressed, he felt the effects of, he just felt really sick, you know. And as soon as he found out that he wasn't taking antidepressants, within an hour he's fine again. All the symptoms of what he was experiencing, was gone, because it was all in the mind. The mind is such a powerful thing. That's the example of a placebo, nocebo. Remember when the scamdemic, when they were telling people act like you've got it? That was one of the best ones, and I thought, and I knew then. I thought the reason why he's telling you to act like you got it is so that you will actually experience the symptoms, because you'll think you've got it. If you think you've got it, you'll get it. You'll get the symptoms anyway. Put your mask on. It shows a woman. She's got a mask on and a face visor on and gloves on, with fear in her eyes, and it's an NHS advert saying, "Act like you've got it." So putting people in a state of fear, uncertainty and doubt, flooding people out, put them into a low state of vibration, easy to control, easy to manipulate, you know. So wake up in the morning, feel grateful to be alive. Gratitude is the attitude. They don't want you to feel grateful. They don't want you to feel. They don't want you to feel uplifted. They don't want you to be in a higher vibrational state. Because being in a higher vibrational state, by being happy, by being grateful, by, you know, by reaching your true potential, overcoming the obstacles of this realm, to find your real self, the real version of yourself. I won't say the greatest version of yourself, but the real version of yourself. That is what they're trying to stop from doing. Lower vibrational frequencies, fear, uncertainty and doubt, anger, all the negative emotions, right? These keep you low, disempowering. Higher states of vibration, love, happiness, gratitude, you know, all these, you know, these will raise your vibration and empowering feelings of empowerment, you know, and makes you, and it's good for your health. It's good for your health. If you're feeling fearful, you'll feel sick. You go to the pharmaceutical doctor and they'll give you pills that make you more sick, you know. So I don't know what I'm getting at with this conversation. I'm just rambling on here, but so what's the next site? We don't know, so it doesn't matter, because you've got to live every day as it comes, you know. Be present, live in the present. What's that? There's a poem. Forget the past that sleeps for air, and the future dream not at all, but live in times that are with thee, and progress thee shall call. I think it was Baxter Otako who wrote that, which is similar to another poet, I think it's John Longfellow, which is a similar. I've got a crossway. There's two verses from two poems which have a similar meaning. Just be living in the present. Trust no future ever pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act at times with thee. Heart within and God overhead. That was it, yeah. I think that one's John Longfellow, the other one's Bhakti Thakur, Indian Vaishnav saint. Forget the past that sleeps, and the future dream not at all. Act in times that are with thee, and progress thee shall call. Act, the living present, and progress thee shall call. Forget the past that sleeps forever. Yeah, I'm not doing Anyway, I've said it now. I get the two cross way because they're so similar to each other. Just got to live in the present, be thankful to be alive, grateful to God, grateful to the Spirit, grateful to Source, grateful to Krishna, and don't worry about anything. Just not fucking worry, you know. Don't worry, and what happened in the past happened in the past. That's done. We are where we are because we're meant to be where we are now. I'm sat on this bench on this lovely Monday morning, 1st of June in the summer, sitting in the sun. I'm sat here talking about this now because this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be here talking about this now online, and however many viewers I get, whether it's 2 views, 3 views, or even 4 views, it's good, you know. And I hope the 3 or 4 or 5 people who get to see this video on YouTube will benefit from my ramblings. I think that should do now for today. Yeah. Just remember, forget the past that sleeps there, and the future dream not at all, but live in times that are with thee, and progress thee shall call. And the other one, forget the past that sleeps. Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember the other one again. I get the two mixed up. I actually said it, didn't I? I said it a few minutes ago. I said both of them, but I can't. Anyway, it's I can't repeat the other one because I can't remember it. I get them cross-wired. Good. So these are salient points that must be remembered. And whatever happens, happens, eh? The apocalypse. The worst things could happen. The worst things could happen. But when the worst things happen, when it does happen, it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. It could be a lot worse. When the worst things can happen, but it could be worse. Bad things can really happen, but it could be a lot worse, you know. Everything can be worse. Everything can be better and everything can be worse. You've got to strive to be better. And when things get bad, you just carry on, don't you, you know? Just carry on. Because we're all going to die one day. We're not going to die, actually. That's the whole thing. When we do die, we don't die. We live on in spirit. Move on to the next body, or completely transcend the body to a spiritual existence, depending on where our consciousness is at the time. But that's a subject for another day. So I'm going to leave it at that. Signing off. Peace and blessed love. Namaste.